Okay, don't say or, but
Here for the pod.
I love you. And welcome.
Injury.
But dude, I for real don't know how to pronounce these guys' names.
Welcome to the podcast. That is the Heart and Hustle Cup podcast for all you Heart and Hustlies out there. This podcast is hosted by Homero A. Valenzuela, Alonso Valenzuela, Antonio Valenzuela, and your main host of the podcast is Diego Valenzuela.
Thank you for the applause, everyone, and for the warm welcome. We are back with the Heart and Hustle Cup podcast. We are back with a brand new episode. This episode is going to be probably marked down in history as one of the best episodes that we do up to this date. We'll be talking Copa America, and we might talk also a little bit of the Euro Cup games and some friendly matches that we have learned a ton from as of the recent activity. So, but before we do and jump into a little recap of the recent matches, ladies and gentlemen, today we're recording this episode on Father's Day, and we have, as you can see on the screen, I think
What's
you can
that
see,
black box down there? What does that say?
we have a surprise guest with us.
What did
I'll
you call
provide
me?
a little introduction. Our surprise guest is known for his coaching abilities, for coaching for over 20 years, I think. And he owns his own business. He's coming from the land of South America, but lives here in the United States. So he has a little bit of American blood in him, dual citizenship. And we like to welcome him because he brought us into this world. He is our father, the one and only Homero Valenzuela. Representing the one and only Chile.
Hello.
Welcome to the podcast.
Well,
Big Poppy.
This
do I
is,
look good?
you can see where we get our good looks from. But we have the pleasure of welcoming our first ever special guest, who is our father. So we like to wish our dad a happy Father's Day. All of the fathers here on the podcast, all of the fathers that are listening, happy Father's Day. This is your day, and we hope we can bring much delight your way as we talk about the best sport in the world and the best topic in the world.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate the opportunity. Glad to be with you all. Happy Father's Day to you too.
All right.
Sponsored by.
Well, we'll leave a little time for our sponsors at the end of the show. Okay, great. Guys, what do you say? Let's start off by talking about some of these recent matches. Who have we been seeing in this past couple weeks? Oh no, everything's frozen. Oh no. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we had some technical difficulties, but we're back. So let's go right into our international friendlies that we've seen. We've also seen a couple days of the Euro Cup. So let's start off with what are some of the friendlies that we watched that we want to bring up. I'll pass it on to Homero A. I'll be referring to our dad as dad during this podcast. But Homero, start us off on some of the friendlies. What have we learned about some of the teams and some of the games that we've watched before this Copa America tournament?
So I'm going to go and highlight the best highlight. We're all wearing the jerseys here. Chile versus Paraguay. They played on Tuesday. They single-handedly beat them 3-0.
Yeah, baby. What a win.
There's some good things from the team. Some goals from 2 goals from Victor Davila. He plays out in Moscow and Russia. And of course, none other than Eduardo Vargas, El Turbo Man, scoring a goal in the 53rd minute. Overall, I saw them doing pretty well. Paraguay look like it's going to have a hard time in the Copa America. But Chile, there's some promising players. Again, you see a lot of familiar names with Vargas, Alexis. You have
Yeah.
Pulgar. You have Mauricio Isla again, and some newer names. Of course, Davila is scoring the 2 goals, which was really really good for him.
Two headers.
Yeah, and I think they're looking pretty good. I mean, although they had one prep match before the Copa America, it's not a lot to go and judge it off of, but they're looking pretty good. I think this team will do well to make it out of the group.
I agree. What do you think, surprise guest Dad? What do you think about this Chile team? This is your home country. You grew up watching this team. You grew up playing with Chilenos. You grew up Chileno. What are your thoughts on this Chile national team?
Well, I really like this new coach, Gareca. I think he just brought some personality again to the team. 3 friendly games. There's not such a friendly anywhere in soccer, but they play against France. They scored 2 goals there with the world champion. Well, second place, and before was the world champion too, World Cup champion. He scored 3 goals to Albania. Albania actually just had the first game with Albania scored. Well, they put a lot of heart on it in the game. This game, the past game, but so Chile scored 3 goals, and then so far it scored 8 goals in 3 games, which is, I think, it's good. There was no scoring at all before that. Before Bericio and what's the other guy, Ruedas, and there was another guy too that I don't remember. So I really like the way they're playing. I really like some of the players too. Omero mentioned that kid. What's the name? Forgot it. The kid who was playing in Moscow. Davila.
Oh yeah,
Davila.
Davila.
He actually came for Huachipato, which is the team in first division in Chile, and then he went on loan to Talleres in Argentina, and now he's in Moscow playing in the second division team. But he's doing great. He really reminded Zamorano and Salas because they were really good headers. So a lot of young people. I'm really excited. I wish they can win the whole thing, but it's gonna be tough. But they're playing a lot better, which is a hope to make it to the World Cup in 2026. So.
Yep, I think they're looking pretty decent so far. I'm excited for the head coach Gareca and what he's been doing with Chile. We'll be talking more about Chile when we get to them here in a few minutes when we're talking about Copa America. But those were some notable friendlies. Chile, Albania was a good one. Albania scored 1 goal against Italy. I don't know if that was yesterday or the day before in the Euro Cup.
It was yesterday.
Yep. So, which I watched some of the games. Italy beat Albania 2-1. But let's talk some of these key games that we saw in the Euro Cup too. We know Alonso likes to sport his Spain jersey. We saw Spain destroy Croatia.
Oh my goodness.
But beat them 3-0. What are our thoughts on that game, guys? Antonio, I'll pass it to you.
Yeah, I watched that whole game. It is very, very impressive to see Spain, like you said, destroy. I mean, 3-0 is very good game for them against a team like Croatia, who originally, if you guys go back to my predictions, I had Croatia. Well, I think majority of us had Croatia on top of that group. And man, they walked all over them. But I am especially so impressed, and I know that ESPN, all these pages are covering him, is this guy Yamal, this 16-year-old kid. I tell you, I watched the whole game. He played majority of the game. He came out at the end. They gave him a standing ovation. But I had never really watched him play before that. But man, that kid is special. He just commands the ball, and you can see how much his teammates trust him, because they sent it to him constantly. He got that great assist. He placed it perfectly for Carvajal to get the goal too.
Yep.
The kid he's very, very impressive, has such a bright future, only 16 years old. In my opinion, I feel a little bit, I feel like he might have a brighter future than Endrick, this Brazilian kid. Both have very, very bright futures, but I was Definitely more impressed with this kid, Yamal. And just Spain in general. They played great. Croatia, I don't know what happened. It didn't seem like they were just into it. They were trying. But Spain, what a great team in a very hard group. And that is a big win for them. They needed that. So that's a very, very good sign for Spain and a good chance that they make it through. So I loved it.
Yep, I
Great
agree. I
game.
think it looks like going to be an
Spain's
interesting
looking
group.
strong. Yeah.
Alonso, what are your thoughts? I know Spain is pretty much half of your heart. How'd you feel about this win that they had?
I loved it. But I do want to give a shout out. If I were to give a Heart and Hustle award for the first few games of the group stage, I think it would be to Italy. So Albania scored the fastest goal in the
Oh
history
my
of the
gosh.
Euro Cup.
I think it was like
Yeah.
20 seconds.
23 seconds into
23 seconds.
And it was
was
good
with
goal.
a really big mess up, in the throw in. But they came back, they evened it up, and then Italy ended up winning 2-1. It's in the same group with Spain and with Croatia, so it's good to see the Italianos come back and win that. They get my Heart and Hustle award for the first few games of this
Italy.
group stage.
So like the whole team?
The whole team.
Italy,
Pepperoni pizza.
Sponsored
They get one.
by
Was it
Italy.
2-1, right? 2-1. They won 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
2-1.
I missed the first goal. It happened so fast. I missed it.
Yep, I did too, but I saw that it happened in the 23rd second. It was a really good, strong kick up in an angle that the goalkeeper was never going to get. Best way
That
to
was a good
score in
goal.
that angle. So good
Well,
for
that's
Italy.
typical from the Italian team. That's what they say, the foresight Italy, because they're always coming from behind. And they were down 1-0. They were able to tie the game and then beat them 2-1.
Yep, it's
They're looking
beautiful.
good.
So
Once
that's
again,
group.
in that group. That's a big win. That's a big win for Italy. They need that.
Yep. I was gonna
So-
say because Croatia is really that other tough team. I can't wait for that game from Italy and Croatia. But right now, Spain is at the top just based on the goal differential,
Mhm.
and Italy is in the second place. Albania's third. Croatia's in fourth right now in Group B. Another notable game: Germany.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they look
I
good,
mean,
man.
Germany.
They look
Germany's
good.
kinda
My
showing-
favorite.
That's your
they're
team to win.
Oh, yeah, to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
They're
sorry,
impressive.
Alonso.
They were very,
Interesting
very
take.
impressive. They have a really young. They have a young group of players there too, and man, they were very good. They were very, very good against
I think they won
not an easy team.
5-1, but I think the goal for Scotland was an own goal, so they scored 6 goals then.
Yep, exactly. It was 5-1, but
That's
really it
close
was
to goal.
6 goals from the German squad. 1 red card from Scotland. I guess the guy knows that he was only going to play 1 game.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's pretty bad. He's done. He's not coming back.
You just can't go with that much pressure with your cleats up like that, right in the leg. Guys,
bad.
come on. Can't do that. We had a couple games yesterday and today as well. Switzerland beat Hungary 3-1. I thought that was a great win for Switzerland to just go in there. I think, Antonio, you're the one that said Hungary was going to come in second position there.
Yeah, I did. I think, Dad, you were gonna say something about that foul.
No, about the Germany and Scotland. Actually, I was expecting more from Scotland, but
too,
the
yeah.
way they plan, I think I will blame the coach here. They were really playing really defensive, and they were giving to Tony Kroos too much space. Too much space. I mean, at least 10 yards or maybe more.
Yeah,
And this guy is a genius. I mean, you can't give him that much space. So he was playing all the ball. The first goal was across to the right wing, and then the center in goal, and he ended up in a goal. But it just, and the whole game was like that. There was never pressure on Tony Kroos, which is at the end. It seems to me that he was playing like a center defender because he was really back together with the defenders. They were moving up all together, but you can't give it that much of room, to a player like that.
No, he out of 102 passes, he completed 101 of them, and that's what happens when you give Tony Cruz that much space. He's going to complete passes, he's going to make plays, and he's going to make plays that end up as a goal. So, anyway, yeah, we can move on. I just wanted to.
The Germans may have taken this game, but they will never take their free.
I tell you,
Clip of the day.
Don't cry.
on
Antonio.
TikTok.
put that as a thumbnail.
Cry,
I do want to highlight a game that is very worrisome to the English. England played
Oh.
against Serbia today, and
Yes.
they won 1-0 with a
Yeah.
header, thumping header from Jude Bellingham. But my, are they worrying? They
don't like it.
were terrible. The second half, Serbia were throwing everything in the kitchen sink with them, and they were just unlucky. What I saw on the stats, that England still had more possession over Serbia, but it did not look it at all. I said by the 50th minute, I was just thinking this is going to end up 1-0 because England do not look like they're wanting to go and respond to what Serbia was throwing at them. He did make a couple of changes, but it was just more to preserve the lead. That was it. They weren't looking to go out. Every time they have the ball, they go and try to kick it as hard as they can and look for Harry Kane. And he was just in a much more deeper role. So I have to give it out to this guy, the left back, Pavlovic.
Yep.
From Serbia.
Yep.
He locked down Bukayo Saka. He made him look like a little kid. I mean, he defensively was just he kept picking his pockets. He literally put Bukayo Saka in his pocket. He couldn't do anything. And when they made the change, Jared Bowman had one good chance. Harry Kane had a header, and the goalkeeper made a great save.
Yeah.
But after that, defensively, that left back was really, really good. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough to go and get a goal to tie it up at the end. But I'll tell you, if England plays the rest of the tournament that they played like this, football is not coming home.
Well, Olmedo, I'll ask you a question. What do you think about that group now? Because Slovenia and Denmark tied 1-1. That really complicates things for that group now.
It does.
So I think, to be honest, I think England is definitely going to go through. They're going to overpower Slovenia. Denmark kind of just, I think that was their chance to get the win against Slovenia.
Yeah.
To make things a lot more interesting. But because it was a tie, and I even had it as a tie, I believe that this was definitely going to end it as a tie. I think it's still going in the direction that England and Serbia will go and into the next round in that order.
That's fair. And I think
Agree with Omero.
Yep, I think that's a good prediction.
I like it. Yep. Yeah,
I watched the game too, and sorry, in England, they scored the goal in the first half, I guess the first 15 or 16 minutes, and Serbia put a lot of heart at the end, not much of soccer, but they put a lot of heart, and I was hoping they can tie the game, the heart and hustle. But at the end, they were able to hold on, and they were actually, that's all the coaches, asking for like, hey, how much time left? Because they were really in trouble.
Yep.
There was even a play that this guy Mitrovic should have scored where Alexander-Arnold completely gave it away. And Mitrovic, he took a shot and he just barely missed. That one should have gone in, but that's a huge mistake that you can't make, man. You can't make, I mean, not only against Serbia, but once you start heading into the knockout rounds, you know what? Any other one of these teams, they're going to take advantage of that and they're going to score, and that's it. Like I said, I was like what Omero said, I was pretty disappointed in the English squad today, and even though they got the win, it looked really ugly. And they need to figure some things out. Such a star-studded team, but they need to figure out how to play together because it didn't work against, Serbia, they don't have a bad team, but England should have beat them pretty convincingly, and it didn't convince me. So,
yep, I agree. I think that we learned a lot in this start of the Euro Cup about these teams. Maybe some adjustments to our predictions, but we'll talk about that in a separate episode. We've learned a lot, but let's move on to the Copa America, guys.
Man, we can have a whole nother podcast just about the Euros, man. We could have kept going forever, man.
We could, I mean, honestly, there was a lot. We learned.
I know.
We kind of are going for. We learned a lot about the first few games. Honestly, Spain, Germany, both coming in strong. England really has to pick the pace up a little bit. But let's jump to the Copa America, guys. It's such a great time of year. The Copa America is here. Also, the combination of the Copa America with the Euro Cup, I saw there's going to be days where there's going to be 12 hours of football on the
So nice.
screen, guys. We're going to be losing our jobs, our lives here soon.
Does anybody
And
have
I
YouTube
also-
TV, please?
Yeah, I also saw. Yeah, someone please sponsor us and give us a subscription to YouTube TV. I also saw that the finals are going to be on the same day. On the
Yeah.
same day
I
at
think
different
it's the same day.
times. So we're going to be able to watch the Copa America final and the Euro Cup final at different times. I love it. Not a single match on both of those tournaments are going to be happening at the same time. So we're in trouble. We got a lot of soccer to be watching, a lot of football, a lot of entertainment.
Excited.
Our poor
Um,
families.
We
Hey, I got a
talked little
question
bit.
for all you guys.
Oh,
You
give
guys,
it to us.
you guys know when was the first Copa America one? What year
Year?
Oh,
and
man.
where?
It's a good thing
It's
I have a
100 years
I
computer
bet you
right
were
in my
alive.
face.
Is the oldest soccer tournament, in the world.
What year?
What year?
I am
1916. 1916.
Oh, I knew that, man. The Copa
And you know what?
Centenario.
1916, of course. Yeah, 1916. So in 2016, it was 100 years when who won that
Chile.
Copa America?
Chi,
I
chi, chi.
don't
Le, le,
remember.
le.
I don't remember. 100 years. Man. But
Was
it
that
held in-
back to
it
back
was-
too?
That was back to
Oh yeah,
back.
that's right.
Who was it against?
Messi's Argentina. Anda
Penal
para allá,
Messi.
po.
Penal Messi. Penal Messi.
Penal Messi.
Final Messi.
Hey, but it was held in Argentina, and the thing was that it was the purpose of that tournament. It was only 4 teams anyway, but it was hosted in Argentina, celebrating the anniversary of the independence of Argentina. That was in 1816.
Ooh.
So that's 100 years went by, and they did the first Copa America there, and Uruguay won the first one. Only 4 teams.
Well,
Oh.
that's interesting. Uruguay won the first one. I think that they are tied with Argentina for the most Copa America wins.
They are
Yeah.
15 each one. Yeah, 15 each one.
Oof.
15
Wow.
each one. So that's
You know what's an
pretty impressive.
interesting fact
I got
too about
another
the Copa
one.
America that I just found out?
And they're both
Maradona?
Macau.
Maradona never won a Copa America.
They
Yeah, I
never,
saw-
never did.
Pelé never won a Copa America.
Messi lost a lot of Copa Americas, but he won.
And a World Cup.
But you
We'll
know
talk
who won?
He's the goat.
Gary Medel.
You know who's won? Gary Medel.
Okay.
You know
Wait,
what country never won a Copa America?
Bolivia.
Venezuela.
Bolivia won?
Bolivia won one.
It's Paraguay.
Ecuador.
Colombia.
Paraguay and Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Come on, Ecuador,
Dang,
man.
bro.
It's because in Ecuador, all they do is eat worms.
Oh, they're just
Oh.
háblame en serio, ñaño. Dang, what a statistic. Man, somebody
good,
came
right?
with someone did some homework before showing up to this podcast. I
That's an
see.
interesting fact. And the other one before we change the subject, do you know that Argentina did not play the Copa America in 2001? And you know why?
2001.
2001. Argentina
Notable.
didn't play the Copa America because they received
September?
death threat from terrorist group.
Death threats?
So yeah,
The team?
and they said they might be from Colombia, and that's why
Oh.
they didn't send anybody to the Copa America.
Colombia, papá.
Interesting.
Ave Maria, pues. Anyway,
María, pues,
I'm done with that. So
mamá.
you guys can continue.
Who
with it.
won the Copa America in 2001?
Colombia.
Oh,
There is
Controversy.
something fishy.
Hágale pues.
Okay.
Hágale pues.
Something
Hágale
fish there,
pues.
parcero.
Hey.
Well, I love it. I love these Copa America facts. You guys are coming in prepared, ready to talk through this tournament. Guys, Thursday's the day. June 20th.
yes, dude.
No, next week, yeah.
June 20th, Argentina versus Canada in the Mercedes-Benz Arena here in Atlanta, Georgia. Represent.
Argentina
versus
contra quién?
Canada, right? Canada.
Argentina, Canada, man. We'll be
That's
watching.
a good game, man.
We'll be watching that first game on Thursday, and then there will be a game every day to watch in the Copa America. what do we think about this Argentina squad? Should we jump into the groups right away? Kind of
Yeah, let's
look
do
through
it.
the groups, create some
let's go
predictions.
through groups here. All I know is Guatemala was beating Argentina at one point.
At one
yeah.
point, it didn't last a lot.
Didn't last long at all.
It was
Messi
And then
got
they
the
passed it
easiest
to
goal of his
Messi.
life.
Well, what are
Yeah.
you gonna do when the goalkeeper passes the ball to you, right? From the other team.
the
Of all
goalkeeper
people,
passed-
you pass it to Messi, man.
pass it to the worst
Hey,
player you can pass
But they
it to.
put a lot of heart and hustle in that game, more than Mexico. Just saying.
Sponsored
Ooh, Heart and
by
Hustle, sponsored by
Guatemala.
no one.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
All right. Let's go through Group
Well,
A here.
We're gonna look at the groups and the standings, and kind of do our predictions. We talked a little bit about it in one of our episodes, but this episode is completely dedicated to the Copa America.
Yep.
So we're gonna start with Group A. We got Argentina, Canada, Chile, Chile, and Peru. What are our thoughts on this group, guys? Alonso, any notable injuries?
Oh, there are a
Uh-huh.
couple injuries. Today, am I on mute? No, I'm good. Today I have injuries. I have snuffs, and snuffs sounds like Smurfs. Snuffs is like, when they're not called up to the team.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
no,
okay,
I didn't
okay.
make
Thank
it
you
to the
for
varsity
teaching us.
soccer team, sort of thing. But they didn't make
Oh,
it. I have
Sounds
some
familiar.
injuries,
I feel
snuffs,
them.
and
Beautiful.
I have one punishment.
On the bubble. Punishment, dude.
1, 2, 3. I love it. Give
Like
it to
for
us.
grades? Like in high school?
Punishment.
Punishment for grades?
Exactly.
award?
All right.
GPA?
Group A. Who do you have?
Okay, so for snubs or snubs, I don't even know the word. For Argentina, they have 21 players of their 26 players returning that played in the World Cup. So they have a lot of their same players.
Same manager,
But
too.
two notable ones are Paulo Dybala. You guys know who he is.
He didn't get called?
He didn't get called up to the squad. He's an attacking midfielder who plays in Italy for Roma. And then Angel Correa. It rhymes with
I hate that guy.
Correa. He's a forward for Atletico Madrid.
Neta.
He was not called up. Those are the two for Argentina. Everyone else, they're coming back from the World Cup.
dang.
Gonna...
The others, hot off the press today, Canada.
Dude,
Wait. We
Today.
gotta talk. Oh yeah, go ahead.
there's
go
a
ahead.
big name you
What?
didn't mention here, man. Keep going.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I was, limited on my time here, but half the press today for Canada, because I was just in Canada recently.
Oh dang.
His name is Junior
That's right.
Joliet, or I don't know if it's French. Joliet. 34-year-old.
Toilet.
He was
Junior Toilet.
he got injured. He's been replaced by someone from the MLS. And then I got a couple from Chile, who were not
shoot.
called up that break my heart. But who did I miss from Argentina, Antonio? I really want to know. Did I
No,
miss someone
dude,
from
I'm
Argentina?
saying I thought you were gonna move on from the group, and
We gotta talk
No,
Chile.
from the group,
It's
from
Chile.
We gotta
there's
talk Chile.
two.
Give it to
Two,
us.
and then I want to call out one that was almost snubbed.
I think
Two.
there's 3.
Number one, I would say Arturo Vidal. Vidal, legendary midfielder.
El
He was
Rey.
not called up to the team.
Yeah.
He played for Bayern Munich. He played for Barcelona. He played for Inter Milan. He now plays for Colo-Colo,
Colo-Colo.
who's our surprise guest favorite team since he was
Colo Colo is
Yeah,
the Copa
yeah.
Libertadores right now, man. And then Vidal scored the goal away.
We got Colo Colinos on the call.
We're not going to see Vidal in this tournament. Number two, Gary Medel.
Ah, the
played-
Pitbull.
Pitbull. He played for Chile 161
Parati.
times. We're not gonna see him, next week.
Mr.
He
Worldwide.
plays for Boca Juniors right now. He was not called up. Lastly, someone who was almost not called up. Just kidding. I want to call out a key player, Ben Brereton Diaz. Okay,
Yes.
he was almost not called up because he's a no sabo kid. The coach.
I heard about this.
The coach wants him to learn Spanish a little bit better. He barely speaks Spanish. He was a Chilean international
No sabo.
in 2021. He's a classic no sabo kid.
Yes.
But because he's a boss, he's been playing well. He was
need to
called
be a
up.
little bit more flighty, man.
That's all I got
He needs
for
to
He's
get
the
a
not
little
group
more
A.
connected enough, man. He's not.
I
That
guess
was-
you
fully
forgot.
connected.
Thank
I
you
guess
very
you
much.
forgot Loyola. Loyola also got hurt in the friendly game, and he's
That's right.
out. Loyola.
He got hurt. I think Bravo even got hurt in that friendly game.
Yep.
They
It looked
took him
like it.
out, but I haven't seen any news or anything whether
No,
how bad it
no.
was. I don't think it was as bad.
It's
Loyola definitely got hurt. Yeah.
Precautionary.
Right.
The only thing I don't like about the order of the keepers, Bravo, I will have Cortez and then Arias, because
Arias.
Arias is just
Yeah.
it's just
I don't
I
trust
don't
him.
trust that. I don't trust him at all.
No.
He
Yeah.
played really good in his club, but you every time he plays for Chile, he just get nervous and he make mistakes. He did
Yep.
make mistakes when he's subbing for Bravo. I don't really like the second keeper, and I will play Cortez, which is from Colo Colo. And
Yeah.
Yep. I think that it's interesting. This is going to be an interesting Chile squad. I think Gareca is coming in hard,
I love
making a really big message by not bringing in Vidal, by not bringing in even Charles Aranguis
Aranguis.
it.
also.
Aranguis.
And then Gary Medel. You know, these were really key players, but I can see Gareca coming in and saying, like, no, we're going to change. We're going to play it my way. I'm coming in. I'm going to solidify the key members of this team, the key players on this team, and we're going to make a new team. You know, we're not the same from the old generation. We're not going to have an average of like 38 years old team.
It
But
needed to be done.
I think it needed to be done. I think that this tournament will show the power of it. I trust Gareca. I think he's going to do good for the team. But I do
mean,
find
he
it
changed the whole
surprising.
team already.
I do find it surprising that he put like his foot down and said, "We're not calling Vidal. We're not calling Medel. We're not."
I forgot to put this. I forgot to put this for the group.
But we do have Alexis Sanchez and we do have Vargas there. I think the attacking, those two together have scored more goals for Chile than anybody else. We do pay our respects to, you know, some of the great strikers of Chile in the past, but those two are one of the best for Chile. They've scored the most. So
to remind, we got 42 goals so far for the national team for Chile. That's the guy that every time he wears the La Roja, he scored and he's good. And that's what he did in the last 2 games. He scored. He scored against Paraguay. Beautiful setup goal. Turbo man. I really like it. One thing I've been thinking to this Copa America and Euro Cup, it's gonna be a special one because a lot of the players there, it's gonna be the last dance for them.
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna be the last dance. You know,
Yep.
Modric, Ronaldo, Messi, you know, Di Maria, and Chile, Alexis, Bravo, you know, Isla, Medel and
East.
Vidal, they're already out, but yeah, there's a lot of players in worldwide too that you won't see them playing again. So it's a little touchy.
big one.
It's a little touchy.
Yep. As you know, Chile had a good stretch there. We grew up watching them. We celebrated lots of wins, big wins against Argentina, big Copa Americas. And it's been fun to watch, but we are in this transition phase. And hopefully we're not stuck in that transition to where, you know, that it isn't working. We do need to find more, you know, developed players that are young, that grew up in some academies or something. I think we're in the middle of a big change. Hopefully it's not too much in the middle that we don't see a result during this tournament. But if we give Gareca time, I think he'll be able to discover. Because honestly, this is his first tournament. He hasn't been with the team long. Who knows if he even has an effect on the team yet? But I think he's trying.
But in 3 games, scored 8 goals, more than the one before.
Yeah.
So
he picked up the team.
The only thing that worries me is that out of the 24, 26 players that he called, there's only like 3 or 4 from the Chilean league. Everybody else, you know, is playing. And Argentina or Vidal is, Sanchez is playing Inter.
Even Europe.
Everyone at Monaco, like Maripan, you know, but everybody, it's only a few players from. I'm surprised only one player for Universidad de Chile, and 2 more or 3 from Colo Colo, and everybody else is
Yeah.
just is playing out
all over the world.
All
all
Yeah.
over the world. Yep.
That can make things difficult. But
Yep.
every country is dealing with that. Well, a lot of the countries are going to be dealing with that. So it's just
Sure.
about the chemistry that the players have and the coaching. With the coaching, you know that the team, they have their other teams. You know that they aren't playing with each other all year, every year. And so it's really key that you can get that chemistry together, get them to get used to playing with each other so that they can perform well in the tournament. I believe in Chile. There you go, man.
About time,
I believe
about
that they
time.
can make it.
Este es mi
Another group.
I believe that we can win.
querido.
I believe that.
Este es mi chi-
Yeah, nice and blurry.
I think
este es mi Chile querido.
it's blurry,
Man,
but
someone needs
Este es
some
mi
glasses.
Chile
There you
querido.
the camera's moving. I believe
That's
in
hot,
Chile.
man.
I think they can make it past the group stages. Them and Argentina. I will put Argentina on top, but I'll put Chile at that number 2 position. I think they're
Oh,
gonna get out.
definitely.
And then I got Peru and Canada at the bottom. What do you guys think?
Peru
That's
in the
it. All
bottom
right.
for sure.
All right.
Coach, this is Coach Omero A. Do you agree with that? Argentina 1, Chile 2.
Yeah, I think that's what we predicted the last on the last not on the last show, but on one episode.
Yep.
I think Argentina is coming in pretty strong. I'm really interested to see how they're going to play against Chile because I think that is like almost the decider.
Yeah.
Chile is looking pretty strong coming into the war to this tournament.
Copa America.
And I really do believe that it'll be Argentina, Chile. I don't see Peru getting into third right now.
Ooh. They've been doing
Um,
terrible lately, man. They've looked
Yeah,
horrible.
I just don't see them now. I mean, I think Canada. I think for my prediction, Canada will get the third place slot. Not that is important because the top 2 qualify anyways. But I think Canada could go and get squeezed into the third place spot, probably by goal difference.
Interesting.
That
Alonso.
game, Chile against Canada is going to be such a good game, man. That's going to be
We're
a
gonna be
big,
there.
big game. And we're
June
gonna be
29th.
there.
Everybody in this chat here will be there, plus a couple of the kids as well.
Oh, yeah.
Grandpa bought some seats for the kids. El Tata.
Grandpa,
June 29th,
Father's
we'll be
Day.
in Orlando in the stadium there watching Chile close things out.
Look for us. We'll sign autographs, whatever you guys want. Take pictures,
If you're there, let us know. Tag us.
Tag
Reach
us,
out.
please.
Hopefully I have a
We're
jersey
gonna be
by
sitting
then.
in the same row, right
Get
in the
us
front,
a-
right next to the referees.
Get us a
Ooh.
hot dog,
Really?
some nachos.
choripan.
We're gonna
Hopefully
bring
they have
Choripan.
completos.
we're gonna
Empanada.
bring some completo pastel de choclo. We're gonna bring some
Empanada.
pastel de choclo.
choclo.
We're bringing a whole meal with us. To that game.
Completos, man. Completos.
Dang,
Choripan.
I thought this shirt was tight on me now, man.
It's gonna be tight.
It's going to be tighter at the end of the game.
I'll tell you, Antonio, you look good on that shirt, man.
That is the
I
new.
love
Is
it.
that this is the new official
This is
jersey?
the new
No,
one. This is
Yeah.
the one for this year. This is what they're going to be wearing.
I think, and it looks like
It-
Alonso and Omero have the away jerseys, which most likely they will be wearing when they play against Canada.
Yes.
Way to
Yeah, it's gonna be
represent.
white.
And then Dad looks like you have the OG 2015.
2015. Yeah,
That was
2015 when we
golden
won the
era.
Copa America the first time.
Beautiful.
in
That was
Cincinnati.
the
Such a
day.
beautiful time.
What a
That was the
beautiful
day.
time.
Okay, guys.
Oh,
So
beautiful
we
day.
all agree that Argentina and Chile will be moving forward in the Group A.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. For all you listeners, don't worry. That was the group we were going to talk the most about because
Yes.
we're Chilenos. So
We have to talk about that. We have to mention Chile, and our heart really hustles when we are talking about Chile. So let's move on to
Don't mess
Group
with
B.
Chilenos, man.
Group B, we got Ecuador, Jamaica, Mexico, and Venezuela. What are our thoughts on these? Alonso, I'm going to start with you. What are your thoughts on Group B?
I don't have any thoughts but injuries.
Give it
So
some.
I have injuries, snuffs, and a punishment. All right.
Punishment again.
I will start with Mexico if I can. Mexico.
Dale, ándale pues.
Ochoa.
wait, I gotta change my
Ochoa
background.
still suffering. He's still suffering from
I gotta change my
2016
background, I almost
having
forgot.
7 goals scored against him with Chile. He is a legendary goalkeeper. He's not gonna. He's
man.
not called up to the
Oh,
team.
look at that background.
Comete siete, man. That's the Ochoa
Antonio's
right there.
background
Comete
there.
siete.
Who was in
Oh
goal in
my
that
God.
game?
Ochoa.
He's not gonna be there.
Move to the side, Antonio. I want to see the number 7.
It's a
There
little
it
bit.
is.
Number 7. There you go.
7.
I would have to say
7,
that's probably my
0.
favorite game of all time.
7 huevos. Okay.
8 years later, he was finally fired for that 7-0 game. Number 2, Raul Jimenez, who plays for Fulham in the Premier League. He's a forward. He was not called up. Another snoof. And then
Chicharito?
we know, I don't know about Chicharito, but
Not from
Irving Chucky Lozano.
Chucky.
Chucky Lozano signed up for
Chucky.
here in the MLS. For I
He's
think
gonna be
for
playing in
He
the
just
MLS
signed
in
for
San
San
Diego.
Diego FC in the MLS.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna see him in the Copa America. Injuries. So Ochoa was not called up. His backup, Luis Malagon, he just got hurt with a gluteus maximus injury.
What a pain in the butt.
So he's not gonna
cramp,
play.
Maximus.
It's expected that the
My
goalkeeper
sciatic.
for Pumas
His sciatic.
to play against Brazil, Julio Gonzalez.
Gluteus.
And then
Gluteus.
Venezuela, I don't got anything.
Maximus.
Jamaica, nothing but jerk chicken. And I'm
Gluteus Maximus.
¿Qué más tengo aquí? Okay, you guys ready for a punishment? All right,
Yeah, what is
Ecuador.
that?
This is your people, Diego.
Oof.
Let me
I'm
start with an
excited.
injury. Pervis Estupiñán. He is not going to play. He plays for Brighton. He had an ankle injury. He has a ferocious left foot. He won't be playing.
Ferocious.
And for a punishment, Robert Arboleda. He's a center back. So back in March, he took a teammate who at the time was only 16 years old, Kendry Paez, to a New York City nightclub, and the coach was not too happy about that. So Robert Arbeloa is not going to be playing for Ecuador.
Pretty close.
That's all I got.
I'm starting to see a trend here with these South American teams with punishments, man.
They can't control themselves, man.
No gambling,
Dani Alves.
nightclubs.
Hey, Ecuador got
Dani
punished with-
Alves.
Ecuador started the CONMEBOL
Qualifier.
qualification for the World Cup with -3 points.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
of
But
what happened last time? They have a player that wasn't Ecuadoriano.
he wasn't actually from Ecuador playing on the team. So they started him off with -3 points.
Negative with 3 points.
I think Ecuador's in a good group where they can advance. It's going to be tricky in this group, though, especially with Mexico and Venezuela. But sad to see
Venezuela's
that
looking good, man.
they got some snuffs. Alonso, any other injuries to report? Punishments?
Not anymore. I don't got anything else.
Jerk
Same.
chicken. So who do we have? Let's go to our special guest, Dad. What do you think about this group? Who do you have advancing?
So we got Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, and what's the other team?
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Oh, man.
Well,
All
according
right.
to Alexi Lalas, Jamaica makes it through.
Oh my gosh! Don't listen to that guy.
I mean, don't
I hope
even
you don't
listen to
watch
that
this,
guy.
Alexi, because we
Hey,
don't value
so-
your opinion.
They didn't call Cuauhtémoc Blanco in Mexico?
Yeah, man.
All right.
US
Hugo
So
Sanchez?
this is my 2. Venezuela go first and Ecuador second.
Oh, Ecuador, ama la vida. Interesting take. I personally,
Mexico, no. If
agree.
no, Jamaica,
Nica. Jamaica.
those are his comments. No. Beautiful. I agree with that prediction, but maybe some here don't agree. Let's pass it over to the other Omero.
Coach Homero.
Omero A, what are your thoughts on this group?
No,
Are you
I
going
actually
for
with
Mexico?
these friendly games, these past friendly games, it really was an eye opener on how they played, especially in Mexico. And I am very disappointed with the way that they're playing. They did put on a much better performance when they played against Brazil. Even though they apparently played the B team against Uruguay, Uruguay ran them over
4-0.
like it was a scrimmage. So I had Mexico going and advancing. They typically do okay. But I have to agree. Venezuela is in very good form right now. CONMEBOL, they are doing really well. Ecuador is getting back into form. They kind of have a little bit of a hiccup, but I think it's spot on. Venezuela, I believe, will take the top spot with Ecuador in second. Mexico will be third, and Jamaica will be in the bottom.
Sounds good.
Mexico
Antonio.
out.
Antonio, what are your thoughts?
I got Mexico winning the whole thing.
Alexi Lala has Mexico winning the whole
Yeah, I know. Jamaica to the final.
I got Ecuador number 1, Venezuela number 2, Mexico. I am also very disappointed with how Mexico has been playing, and I think that game against Brazil, it was a good game, but I think that is more telling of how Brazil is right now than Mexico. I think it tells more about the state of Brazil's team than Mexico's right now. Mexico, I just don't think they have enough to get to the group stages. Sorry, not group stages, to get to the knockout rounds in the Copa America. I said it last time too. I believe the same way. And then Jamaica, I got them 4th. They're just there. I think Coach Romero said it last time. They're there to try and steal some points, and that's it. Sorry, Jamaicans. I like you, but
One love.
You're making me crazy.
You're making
You're
me
making
crazy.
me
Esta es la Copa America.
Alonso, any final thoughts on this
Y
group?
para jugar en la Copa América, hay que
wait.
jugar con equipos como esto.
así es.
Beautiful quote.
No final thoughts. I would like to see Mexico go through just because I appreciate their food. That's it.
Oh, here we go again.
What do you have it though? Who do you have going through?
I have Ecuador and Venezuela going through
Love it.
That order?
in that order.
You guys believe in my Ecuador, as
Ecuador,
you guys know.
Venezuela.
I live
No, but
there
it's
for
close.
2 years.
It's going to be good. It's going to be very close because
Right.
Venezuela is the best that I've ever seen in my lifetime. All right. And they're doing really good in CONMEBOL. They're definitely going to qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, I think so at this point.
Ecuador is, I think when it gets down to Ecuador versus Venezuela, that's going to be the decider of who's going to be first.
Hopefully it's Ecuador. I love that country. Beautiful country to visit if you haven't gone to visit. I know you guys like to travel. Let's move forward to Group C. We're halfway through the group stages. Group C, we got Bolivia, Panama, Uruguay or Uruguay, and the USA, United States of America.
No much
Change my
question about
background.
it there. Easy.
Alonso,
Antonio's prepared.
we'll hand it over to Alonso for our injury report.
Dude,
Antonio's
El Veo de
prepared,
Jara.
man.
Yeah, man.
I love that picture because when Jara gets hit, he's just like, he goes like this, he gets hit, he's like,
And then he went,
and he just falls back.
Alonso,
You know, the
Antonio,
thing
your background's
about
all the legendary
thing
moments.
about that game, man,
I know.
the Uruguayos, they hate me now because I put a comment there in one of the TikTok things, you know.
You're
I had
getting
like
a lot of
30,
hate.
a lot of haters, man. Like 35 comments I got. You don't know anything about soccer, blah, 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 blah. How many Copa Americas you have, or whatever. Anyway, but
Invite him on the
They-
podcast.
Uruguayos, the Uruguayos, they always play so dirty.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
they do all that all the time. You can tell, you know, the Suarez, you know, when he he bit this guy, you know, in the shoulder. He punched
Mike
Jara
Tyson.
before too. I mean, they always
Dirty.
been dirty. But when you do it to them, it's like, so that's why Jara
Jara gave him the
El Dedo de Jara.
prostate check.
and
Number
Dele
one.
de Jara, the
Number
fellow-
one.
the-
Number
number
one.
one.
Number
Number one in the
one.
field. Number one in your
Good
heart.
job.
Number
Number one
one,
in your
right in the
heart.
number two.
Alonso, give us an injury report for Group C. Anything notable to?
One thing I'll
All
say
out.
about the USA, it's an injury warning.
Injury
Josh Sargent, 18-year-old forward from Norwich City. He was called up, but he was recently suffering from a foot injury. So beware. Number 2 is actually a recently retired player who
Landon
is
Donovan.
right now in Antonio's screen. Edison Cavani.
Cavani.
Oh,
Rest
they
in
need Paul
peace.
Suarez. Yeah.
El
He's a
Matador.
legendary forward who plays for Boca Juniors. He has retired from international duty, was not called up to the team. And thank goodness, the man knows how to
Matador.
score goals. He also knows how to take a finger. So that's Uruguay and USA.
Listen, man.
For Panama and Bolivia,
Colonoscopy.
I don't got anything.
All right.
Hey,
So
Bolivia! I heard in Bolivia somebody got hurt. Oh, I guess drowned swimming in the. Oh, never mind. They don't have an ocean there. So okay.
Oh, that was a
man,
burn.
it got political.
You're gonna get hate on TikTok for that now too.
Typical Chileno.
Guys, we
All
did
right.
let's talk USA real quick. Tied 1-1 in a friendly versus none other than Brazil. We'll talk. I know you guys got things to say about Brazil. We'll talk about Brazil.
They play
But
in Orlando.
tying 1-1 versus Brazil is almost like a win for the US. How do we feel about the US in this group? Olmedo.
Number 2.
Second position.
There's no way.
Doing good.
There's no way they're gonna get in the top spot. Uruguay is just too strong. They dismantled Mexico,
Final?
and the U.S. have a hard time with Mexico at times. They have that rivalry, even though the U.S. has been kind of getting on the winning end of that, but Uruguay is definitely on the top. The United States, they had a friendly against Colombia, and they've got torn apart. It was
5-1.
embarrassing. It
5-1.
was embarrassing. And then when they played against Brazil, it's like kind of a wake-up call. But again, we'll get to Brazil in a little bit, but just on the focus on the United States, they moved the ball pretty well. You can see that they're connecting well. Obviously, these guys just need to get into the game very, very quickly and just impose themselves against the opponent to be able to go and run over Panama, run over Bolivia, and then just do the job to get by. And if they can get a top spot, I believe they can. And the only way is if they tie Uruguay and they beat them out with goal difference against Bolivia and Panama. But Uruguay is just coming in too strong. They are my favorite to go and win the whole Copa America.
Ooh.
I believe they will go to the final. But the United States, it's really tough coming in from a 5-1 loss to Colombia, even though Colombia has been playing phenomenally. It was just terrible. And Brazil, it's just they tied. I don't know. I think it's good prep matches for them going into the Copa America. But they are in a fairly easy group by going against Bolivia and Panama. That's where they're going to get the 6 points to be able to go through to the next round. And hopefully, if just depending on how the other group does, they might go and play against either Brazil or Colombia, which are the 2 rematches of the friendly games that they've played. So
That's true.
but I have Uruguay for sure. They're too strong. Bielsa has, the guy is a loco for a reason. The guy knows everything about football. And with Darwin Nunez, when he puts on the Uruguay jersey, he actually scores. He had a lot of he was made fun of a lot over in Liverpool because he couldn't score. He gets in great positions, but his runs and his pace and his power, he scores goals for Uruguay, and in this tournament, he's going to be a really, really good poacher there in the box to be able to go and get the goals. And he's surrounded by very, very good talent around him as well. So Uruguay first, United States second, and then Bolivia and Panama, I guess, would be the order.
Uruguay first. Dad, what are your thoughts on this group? Do you agree with that?
I agree with Homero. Uruguay first. They have a really good team right now. I really like the way Bielsa, can do for the team. They did that with Chile. He did that with Chile. He's doing this now with Uruguay. I don't see any other team other than USA going to the second stage,
Yep.
of the tournament. Other than USA, Mexico, Jamaica, Panama, they're gonna be gone. They're gonna be gone. Same as Canada too. So USA, second place. Uruguay first. I really like the second game with Brazil. Good for the goalkeeper. I don't recall the name for the keeper of the USA because he
Matt
got
Turner.
5 goals in the first. What is it? The name? What's his name?
Matt Turner.
Turner. Yeah, he
Turner.
saved a lot of good balls and with against Brazil. Good for him, so he can bring the confidence back.
Yeah.
So Uruguay and USA for me in that group.
Matt
That order.
Turner had 11 saves that game. He had a really good game, but at the same time, that's 11 saves.
Yeah.
That's
Dangerous.
a lot. And I think they had over 20 shots. So it just goes to tell us, like, yes, it was a good game for him because he had 11 saves, but why is he having to get 11 saves?
Right.
Well, there's an
Exactly.
obvious problem. Again, it's Brazil. They have a good attack. Our defense is not too bad. I mean, I think Tim Ream is definitely our best defender in the back. But that's 11 saves. It should not happen. It should not happen.
Yeah. It's a good point. That's a very, very
Alonso,
good point.
what do you think about this group? Who do you got moving on?
What group are we on? No, I'm just kidding.
Group C.
I think Uruguay is gonna move on. I think USA should move on. And then I think it will go Bolivia, then Panama.
All right.
Panama for sure go last.
Antonio, what do you think?
How many goals? How many goals is Pulisic gonna score?
In the tournament?
Yes.
It depends if they go to the final, like Alexi Lalas thinks he's there.
Man, Alexi Lara. Sponsored by Gatorade. Look
Two
at
goals
I
from
think
Pulisic.
too.
Gatorade.
Sponsored by Gatorade.
Cover up the sponsors, please.
You're like, you remember Ronaldo when
Gonna have to edit that out.
when
Edit that out.
Ronaldo grabbed the Coke bottles and was like, drink water.
Antonio,
Water,
wrap
water.
this group up. What is your prediction? Do you agree? Disagree?
Yeah, I have it the same way. I wish I could throw a little monkey wrench in there, but it seems pretty obvious that Uruguay is probably going to destroy everybody in this group. USA, I got them second. I really like what Coach Romero said about the 11 saves because he's completely right. It's he
keep
should
doing that.
not be having to save it 11 times, and it goes to show. I mean, they lost pretty bad against Colombia, so he's gonna have really good games, hopefully, like the friendly he had. But on a normal day, they're going to lose every game if they let that happen. I think in total, Brazil had over 20 shots or something like that, and 25.
25 shots. I'm looking at the stats now. It's 25 shots.
Yeah.
12 on target.
You can't
11 saves, 1 on goal.
You cannot let that many shots on you when you're playing against teams like these. Estamos en la Copa America. And
Y en la Copa América hay jugadores como estos.
We will see. Jose, can you see how this group turns out? But Lukey making an appearance.
Lukey
was like, I'm tired of this. He's ready to join the podcast. Guys, let's move on to Group D. We've been talking about Brazil this whole time. We might as well bring them into the conversation. Group D, we have Brazil, Colombia, Costa Rica, and Paraguay or Paraguay. Guys, let me start this conversation off with a quote from none other than Ronaldinho Gaucho.
Oh,
And I quote,
heard about it.
And I quote, I've been following football since I was a kid, long before I thought about becoming a player, and I've never seen a situation as bad as this. Lack of love for the shirt, lack of grit, the most important of all, football. I'll repeat, our performance has been one of the worst things I've ever seen. Such a shame. I therefore declare my resignation. I will not watch any CONMEBOL Copa America game, nor celebrate any victory. That is coming from Ronaldinho himself, one of the greats of Paraguay. I love that background, Antonio. It is perfect. That is his exact reaction.
The greats of Brazil.
Ronaldinho,
I didn't know
man.
he spoke English that well. That's not bad. Let's see.
yeah, right. That was all in Portuguese.
I got breaking news though.
yes. I was
I
gonna
saw
say,
that. Yeah,
Go ahead.
share
By
with us.
Rafinha.
I saw
Something
the
to
same
say.
thing.
Rafinha said, Ronaldinho, go follow Portuguese.
Uh,
No,
Hey,
Rafinha said
pretty good.
Ronaldinho says that he will not watch the Brazilian national team. A few days ago, he was writing to Vinicius Jr. and asking him to provide him with tickets so that he can come and watch the national team match. Wasn't Ronaldinho in jail, dude?
Ronaldinho.
Hey,
The
I
That was
did
Danny
see.
Alves, man.
I did see another
Oh,
response from Ronaldinho answering
Dani
to
Alves
that,
is in
saying that he was just looking for a response from everyone,
Yeah.
that he was still going to support and watch Brazil. But I wanted to bring that up because that looks like the situation that we're in from Brazil. Things aren't
Chasing
looking
clout.
great. I think that draw of 1-1 against the US really put Ronaldinho and most of Brazil and the whole world on watch.
Yeah.
And curious about how this Brazilian team would play in this group. However, I still think they're going to top the group here. I think it's, for me personally, I think Brazil and then Colombia. However, I think Colombia's team's looking pretty good. They might be on that first spot too. But what do you guys think? You feel free to disagree with me. I don't know all things, guys. But
I think this is where Brazil ends up in second in the group. I'm looking at the last performances from Brazil, and they are not great. They're not great. You know, when facts change, opinions change, and my opinion has changed after these friendly games. Brazil tied with USA 1-1, even though they were dominating statistically.
Yeah. 25 shots.
They still tied against USA. They had a last minute winner with Endrick against Mexico. They won 3-2. barely got the win because it was at the very end.
barely.
The game before that, Brazil against
say
Spain, and they tied
Really
3-3.
attend to you.
Right now, I think the worst thing that have happened to Brazil is when they thought that they can go and get Carlo Ancelotti as the coach. And during that time, they were in limbo. They had no security with the coach there, who was the caretaker. And when you have a caretaker manager, what are you preparing for? The players are just going with the flow.
Yep.
In preparation of when
Going
the
to
actual
parties.
manager comes. And Carlo Ancelotti extended his contract. How can he not? Against Madrid, with Madrid, Champions League winner, right? And in the end, Brazil had to be like, all right, well, you're the manager now for the national team, and get going. You have to go and win the Copa America. I don't really see Brazil winning the Copa America, but I do see Colombia coming in very strong, and I believe that they will be the one to top the group.
Top of the group. Colombia, papa. Alonso, any injuries to report? Punishments? I like that.
Dani
Honest.
Alves.
We'll get to that. Anyway. First for Colombia. Player is
Kaká.
amazing midfielder Juan
Kaká.
Cuadrado. He is not going to play.
Cuadrado.
He had a Achilles tendon surgery back in December. He's not returned.
Oh, no, it's pretty
Heck,
old too.
Great player, phenomenal player. He's not
Yeah.
going to play. And then I got a couple for Brazil. A couple injuries and a couple punishments. Number one, Ederson. He has the biggest black eye you've ever seen in your life. He got his eye socket broken against Tottenham in the last week of the Premier League season. So Manchester City goalkeeper Ederson was not going to play. He was going to be the backup anyway. Richarlison, Condorito. He is not going to play. He's a forward for Tottenham, and he struggled with injuries. He's not going to play.
Ooh, couple goals out of that.
Condorito.
Casemiro, Manchester
Casemiro.
United. He is not going to play. Lack of fitness. He's at Manchester United, taking it easy. Neymar. Is this going to be? I mean, have we already seen the last time he was in the world stage? You know, he's not going to play. He had an ACL injury. Coach Omero knows what I'm talking about. He had injury against Uruguay last October. Neymar, not going to play. And then for a punishment,
Neymar.
Dani Alves is going to watch the tournament from jail. He's still there. So that
guess
wraps it up for
yeah.
Group D. No more injuries that I
Wait,
know of. Probably
did I
some
hear-
from Paraguay, Costa Rica. Don't really care. Those are ones for Colombia and Brazil.
Hey, so Neymar for sure is not going to play?
Neymar's not going to
No,
play.
he's not.
No, he's not playing. I don't think I don't think he's gonna play in the next World Cup either, to be honest.
He's
I think
No,
we've
done?
seen the
he-
last of
I-
Neymar, unfortunately.
After Saudi Arabia, I see him here in the MLS.
Ooh, what
I
a
hope
run.
to see him here at Inter
That would
Miami.
be great for the MLS. I love seeing that.
With Penny Messi.
Special guest, Dad, how do you see this group ending up? Who's advancing, in your opinion?
Brazil is Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't think that they haven't picked up their head up since they have that loss against Germany 7-1 in 2014. I guess that was the worst Brazil
So
I've
10
ever
years.
seen before. Exactly. And this one, there's too much pride, there's too much ego, and those players, they're
Lego.
coming from different clubs. Ego.
Egos.
Ego.
Lego.
And yeah, so they can't really play together. I think that's what probably Ronaldinho's talking about. But I heard that with Rafinha said that this guy getting tickets to go anyway. But I really like Colombia. I think the James Rodriguez was called too, right? James?
Yes.
I think he was. You guys were making fun of me last time.
James, yeah.
You said Falcao, man.
I didn't
So-
say Falcao.
You know, Brazil is Brazil. They're gonna go to the second round. Even what I see right now, I don't see a powerful team, strong team. Know that team they used to
Joga
play
bonito.
with Brazil. You knew you're gonna lose, but you didn't know for how much.
Yep.
Back then when they have all these superstars, but
Superstars. man.
I'm not gonna name it now because they're just talking about Brazil right now. So I do have Colombia and Brazil going to the second round.
Who's one, who's two?
I'm debating there, but I think Colombia is coming stronger than Brazil. So I got Brazil coming up second. So Colombia and Brazil. Costa Rica and Paraguay, they don't have anything to do. Like I said, only USA from the CONCACAF is going to go to the next stage of the tournament. So
Yeah.
Colombia,
agreed.
Brazil.
Agreed.
Colombia, Brazil.
Dang. Antonio, what do you have?
Yeah.
I had Brazil on top, man. No one's with me.
I
I
have
know,
Brazil
I
on
think-
top. I have Brazil on top still.
Last time we did this, sponsored by G0. Last time we talked about the Copa America, we did some predictions. I think majority of us, we had Brazil on top.
Yep.
But things have changed, and I'm trying not to take what Ronaldinho said seriously. It seems a lot of like he said this to me though. That guy's kind of crazy anyway.
I think he got emotional.
I think he got emotional, and I think he
Maybe drunk.
kind of backtracked on those comments because maybe he got
Chasing
too
cloud.
much backlash from the people. A lot of people were mad about it.
He just wants
But-
a ticket.
There is something missing with Brazil. Brazil is Brazil for sure, but something like we know they're dangerous, but it doesn't feel like the normal danger level of Brazil usually whenever you got to play against them. So because of that, I have Colombia number one, and it's going to be hard for them for sure. But Colombia's coming in real hot. They look great, and I have them honestly as a dark horse to win the whole thing. I'm not saying that they're going to win the whole thing, but it's a dark horse that they have a chance, I believe. And
Antonio, give us a good Colombian phrase right now.
no, I'm just kidding. All right.
Maybe it's not the right
Maria,
setting.
pues.
Ave Maria,
Brazil
pues.
Brazil is beatable now.
Yeah.
So, and it was back then when we played with them in Pinilla. And
Pinilla and El Palo, man.
Majority
Eso.
wins. Alonso, we both kind of
Colombia
believe
on top,
Brazil. Colombia, I'm setting them up on
Do
top.
we have a bracket? Are we gonna do a bracket or
He's
what?
going to pull it up
Ladies and
right now.
gentlemen,
All right, let's do a bracket. Let's pick a winner.
let me share my screen.
Hágale pues.
And here we are, ladies. Can you see
Hágale
my
pues.
screen? Everyone on the
Let's
call? Can you-
quarterfinals.
shoot.
Hey, majority of us had Venezuela on top.
So we are straight
Ooh.
into the quarterfinals. This is how this tournament is. Not as many groups as the Euro Cup, but we have starting at the
Could
top.
you make
the
it any
winner-
more smaller than that, man?
Oh yeah. I can.
Aye,
I forgot we have a senior citizen.
Gracias.
The
That should be
golden
better.
years.
We
Should I change
have
my
the
background
winner
now?
of Group A, Argentina, up against Ecuador. What are our thoughts, guys? I think Argentina.
I vote Argentina too.
Argentina. Yeah.
all in favor.
All in favor, it seems.
All in
Argentina
favor?
against Ecuador.
It's
Yep.
gonna be a really good game.
That's
That's a good game, man.
Yeah,
That would be a
it
good.
is. I think that Argentina is going to pull off the win. They just have, the experience of playing the absolute best in the world, winning tournaments. They have the
What do you got there, man? I can't even
the
see anymore.
spirit of Diego Maradona behind them, and all that.
Dang, man, you're prepared, man.
Antonio's prepared with all these.
I was gonna do the
things.
one of him. I was gonna do the one of him flicking everybody off. but I chose
We got
the Argentina
Argentina
version right
Argentina.
before.
Argentina moves on. Ecuador, I love you. Ama la vida, but we're moving on.
Yep.
Winner of Group B versus or Venezuela versus Chile. Here is where it gets difficult.
That is such a hard game, man.
What do you mean
There's
Exactly.
difficult?
no other dude.
What do
There's
you
no one,
mean
no one else you
difficult?
could put there, man. Come on, man.
Omero, Coach Omero, what are your thoughts on this? Bring us down to earth because we are high on Chile. But let's be realistic about this. What are your thoughts?
That's
I
being
know
realistic,
my
man. What are you
heart
talking
is
about?
telling me. My heart is telling me.
Sheshumare.
This is going to be a very good game.
Dang, man. These are good games.
This is going to be
dude.
a really hard game because Venezuela are really tough. It's going to be a tough match. I'm pretty sure. I think during the qualifiers, I don't remember if I don't think we've beaten them, but it's going to be tough. But I think.
There you go.
I
There you
have to
go.
go with my heart.
Chile.
Chile
Chile
can
on the
go
way.
and pull off the win.
Vamos.
If it goes to PKs, for sure, Chile can go. Bravo will be the savior for Chile once again.
Chile's going to win in penales. It's going to be a heck of a match.
Vamos. Vamos,
Vamos,
chileno.
chileno.
Esta
noche
tenemos que
tenemos
ganar.
Contra
Oye,
Venezuela. Okay, let's move on to the next game.
empanada sobre la arepa.
Empanada.
Sheshumare.
Winner.
Claro.
Moving on
Está
to
acabando con el tiempo,
Moving on.
Shishimare.
moving on to a heck of a match between
Entendí?
Uruguay and Brazil.
Oh, dude.
That's a heck of a game, man.
I really hope it
Loco,
ends
Loco, Bielsa. Loco, Bielsa.
This is where the Bielsa cult following is going to follow them through up to this match. We were really hyping up Uruguay and we were really downing Brazil. What are our thoughts on this match? Alonso, what do you think? Think about it. Chew on it. Everyone else is chewing on it, but you're the first one.
I think Brazil's gonna win this game.
Alonso,
I think Vinicius Jr. will find a way.
Alonso
Why?
believes in Vinny Jr., the Real Madridista.
Why? Because the rice and beans taste better there, man.
No, I think this is a heck of a game. I think Uruguay has a chance to win, but I mean, of course, they have a really
the
good
favorite.
team. I think Brazil's gonna win though. I
This
think
is an
Brazil.
interesting match. Antonio, what are your thoughts on this game?
Uruguay.
Antonio says Uruguay. Omero. Coach Omero.
It is definitely going to be Uruguay. I don't see Brazil beating out Uruguay at this time. Uruguay is just too good. I'm trying to think back. I'm pretty sure. I mean, Uruguay beat Argentina in Argentina. Uruguay beat Brazil 2-0. I mean, dude, Uruguay has the game. That's all. That's it.
How did Uruguay play against Ivory Coast?
Doesn't matter.
Ivory Coast, man.
Who?
Antonio, look that up.
Ivory Coast beat them 2-1 in March 26, 2024.
That
Ooh.
was pre-Bielsa.
Dude, just saying, man. March was just happened, but I got Uruguay anyway.
Special guest, Dad. Who do you have moving on from this match to the semifinal? Uruguay versus Brazil.
It's hard. Those two teams, they're really cocky anyway. I don't like any of them.
They all don't like you on TikTok, that's for
They
sure.
hate you on TikTok.
Hey, you think that the Argentinos or Uruguayos are more cocky, man? These Brazilians are the worst, man. Brazilians are the worst. Yeah. Well, they got so many World Cups anyway. But
They do.
I'm gonna go with Uruguay. I hate those guys anyway. I don't like them. But I shouldn't say hate, right? Say, okay, I don't like them, but
Hate is a strong
I think
word.
Uruguay
For our
is
fans.
Strong word.
All right.
stronger team.
I
Uruguay's
agree.
a stronger team. I agree.
I think that's going to be a sad day for Brazil. A sad day for football in general to see Brazil just get knocked out like that. But if they are up against Uruguay, I agree. I think Uruguay is the stronger team.
Put it on the board.
It's on the board.
Put it on the board.
The final match
Don't
of the
forget that
quarterfinals.
I think Brazil will win. Okay, anyway.
Alonso, you're the only one that believe in Brazil. Keep believing. You and Ronaldinho. The last
opposed?
match, Colombia versus USA. USA. What are our thoughts here? Unfortunately,
Hágale
Argentina lost.
pues.
Hágale pues.
Plata o plomo.
Plata
Plata
o
o plomo.
parcero.
Plata o
Antonio,
plomo.
who are you going with?
Plata o plomo. Hágale pues. I got Colombia there. They just beat the crap out of the U.S. So I got Colombia. It doesn't even feel that. It doesn't even feel that close. But once you get to these games, anyway, every game usually is very close. But I got the sancocho de gallina de Colombia.
Ooh, that sounds good. What about some
Delicious.
Yeah.
It's
some
delicious. Sancocho.
sancocho? Hey, Omerito, Coach Omero, what are your thoughts? Who do you got advancing?
Gotta be Colombia. I don't see the
Colombia.
US responding.
This is the end for the U.S.
Dude, I'm looking at these
Alonso
On home
semifinals.
soil.
on home soil. Alonso, who do you got?
Wait. If they're playing in the US, that means every game is in the US?
I got you guys. I
Oh
think
my
Colombia's gonna win. Colombia beat them 5-1, last Saturday. So Colombia wins.
All right. Special guest, you have the final word. Colombia or USA?
Bandeja Paisa versus McDonald's. Bandeja Paisa.
McDonald's.
McDonald.
McDonald's.
I hate to see USA lose at this point, but gotta be realistic. Colombia
Let's
beat
ask
them
Alexi
once.
Lala. Try.
Colombia would score another 5 goals against them too if they wanted. We're moving on to the semifinal match. Oh my God!
Again.
We got
Oh no, dang.
we got Argentina
Oh.
versus Chile. All
I'm
right,
like,
guys.
look-
I'm not starting this off. I'm going to pass it on to
I gotta
first.
go, guys.
Yeah, run away. I gotta pass it on to our special guest to start this conversation off. Argentina versus Chile. What would happen in this game? Who will advance to the final? What are your thoughts, Homero Senior?
Mangale.
Yeah, man, you throw me under the bus right away, man.
This is the rivalry of the century.
Hold on. I gotta change
Classic
my
Copa
background.
America match.
I gotta change my background here.
It's gonna be. I'm waiting for the background first.
We're not even
Let's
gonna
see
be able to
what
see it.
Antonio coming out.
He doesn't have it. Oh, Medel and classic Medel and Messi.
They got red
fight.
card.
The
They
chest
got red
bump.
card. Both
Chest
of them.
bump
Both of
war.
them.
There's Aria, man. I don't trust that guy right there, man.
Oh no! Neither I, man. Sorry,
Dad,
Ariel, man.
Give us
Dude,
your
Okay.
thoughts,
I love
man.
that
You
beef
gotta
with
pick a
Gotti,
winner.
man.
Alright.
See what it is.
Yeah. Yes. There gotta be a winner there. So It's the same every time that Chile plays with Argentina. It's a good game. Same as Peru. Peru and Chile is going to be a really good game in the Copa America. This one it's going to be a rematch for Argentina. Again, they still can get away with the Centenario and the Copa in 2015, even though they were champions. I guess they all won. Probably think Argentina is going to win this game. I think it's going to be a close game, and we're going to go to penalty kicks after overtime. And in the overtime, we're going to go to penalty kicks. And if Bravo's playing, I got all my trust in Bravo. And I'm going to go with my heart to go and win the Copa America again, once again.
Viva Chile! Claudio Bravo. Claudio Bravo with the heart and
Unbiased at
hustle.
all.
Speaks from the heart.
I love it.
I'm speaking with my heart, but also I think I got a good point. You know, it's gonna be a close game.
Good. That would be a very close game.
It'll be close. If it goes to penalties, I agree. I would have to go with Claudio Bravo on the goal there, and we have the best chance to win. Omerito, Coach Homero, what do you think?
This is such a hard game. I know what my heart tells me.
Is Higuain playing or no?
If Higuain plays, man, we win the Copa
win.
America, man.
Oh man.
He can't even hit the broadside of a barn door.
Oh, you're getting a little
if-
American on us there.
No pressure, but I got the tickets for the game.
I know.
Yeah.
If it goes to penalty kicks, it's Bravo against Dibu Martinez.
Oh man, what a game that would
It's
be.
Bravo against a clown. That's a clown.
That clown is a good goalkeeper, so
With a big mouth.
I love
Homero,
it.
what do you think, man?
I
You gotta
love
pick-
it.
dude. My heart says Chile, but Argentina's team is just too powerful. I think if it goes to PKs, I think Chile will get it for sure. But if it's the 90 minutes, it's gonna have to be Argentina.
All right. Way to break the mood, dude. Kill the mood.
I have
How
to.
do How do you sign out here, man? How do you
Alonso,
sign
yeah, we're gonna end the podcast right here, right now.
out?
Alonso, let's go. We got one for Chile. We got one for Argentina.
Guys, in the last 100 years that Chile and Argentina have had their national teams, they have faced each other 95 times. Chile has won 8 times. So, for this tournament, I pick Argentina. I'm sorry, but just the numbers are against us, guys.
Take that shirt off. Take that jersey off, man. Oh, man, he's
Camera?
so offended, man. The
camera
cameraman
follows
is
it.
following you, man. So offended, man.
Standing there.
Pick Argentina.
He's so mad.
Man, you got this.
It'll be a close match, though.
Antonio, who do you got? Jersey's a little tight.
All
Antonio, who do you got?
Man.
Alrighto.
Well, I was gonna say something, but Alonso completely just threw it all away for me. I didn't know that's terrible. But on
made it up.
paper, Argentina should win this game. And I think everybody can say that. These are the world champs. And this is their like golden generation right now, with obviously the golden player himself, the best player of all time in Messi. But I'm not gonna say all history.
No. The little guy, like, what's his name? Call it little guy.
Bad boys?
Moutinho. He said
Bad
the
boys.
little guy.
Oh,
The
the little guy.
Got
Say
it.
recent
it.
history.
Say it.
Spell it out.
Recent history, though. Recent history shows that these games with Chile and Argentina are very, very, very good games. And I gotta go Chile.
Chile.
If Chile makes it
Chile,
there,
brave enough.
in my
Chile.
opinion, if Chile makes it to this game, then they'll win the whole thing. If they make it to this game.
So dang it, man. Who
Yeah, go with the
gotta-
tiebreaker. Who we
With the
got?
tiebreaker.
You know what?
Mourinho.
the
That's
sake-
one who said it.
For the sake of not being viewed like Alexi Lalas, I have to pick Argentina.
Oh.
I love Chile, querido. I love Chile. It's
What a
in my
shame.
heart. If they go to penalties, man, I'll switch this so fast. You have no idea, man.
¿Qué está
You're
hablando, weón?
You're
Us-
wrong. You're right. You're wrong. You're wrong. No,
I
you're
hope-
right.
I
You're
hope we
wrong.
could.
You're
I
right.
hope we can all sit in the same Zoom room in the future after that. But I'm gonna move Argentina to the future to the final.
Yeah.
Ouch.
All right, let's make this
Ouch.
next choice a quick and easy
How do you
one.
click the
Uruguay.
unfollow button? Unfollow.
Uruguay, Uruguay versus Colombia on the other side of the bracket. Who do we have advancing? I have Uruguay. I think this is a partidazo. Also, it's gonna be a good game. I got Uruguay
Partidazo,
going to the
yeah.
final.
I have Uruguay too. I think a Uruguay and Argentina final would be amazing.
Woo. Let's go, Antonio. Since you seem to be paying attention, Antonio, who do you got? Uruguay and Colombia.
Well, Uruguay makes the most sense, but I'm gonna go Colombia since I said they're my dark horse.
Ooh, Colombia.
Colombia.
Coach Omero A.
This is a really good game. This is a semifinal
It's a
for the Copa America.
fantastic
It's
game, man.
It's gonna be a really good game. I don't think as far as like semifinals go, between the two of them, I don't think they have a lot of experience in this.
Playing each other?
There's gonna be a lot of patadas everywhere in this freaking game.
Yellow card.
A lot.
You're
Yellow
right,
cards
man.
all over the place.
Bloody.
Uruguay son
So,
más cochinos los buenos, man.
all right. But I have to go Uruguay. I think Uruguay is strong. Colombia is gonna definitely put up a fight. I don't think it's gonna give more than one goal. But you never know. I have Uruguay going to the final.
All right, Dad. Hope you're not mad at me. But Uruguay, Colombia to the final.
The final is going to be Uruguay and Chile.
He's sticking with it. Can I change my answer from earlier? No, Uruguay moving
Just
forward.
do it. Just change it.
Any
Change
opposed?
it, dude.
You
Change
just
it.
change it.
Any
Yeah.
opposed?
No. Next.
I'm sorry, guys.
Any opposed?
We're moving to the final match.
Oh, hey.
Argentina versus Uruguay. Che, vamos a jugar en la playa, tío.
Do the bronze final.
Este es el
Bronze.
clásico del Mar del Plata,
The
señor.
bronze final, Chile. One of the
Bronze,
two.
bronze final was easy.
Chile.
Yeah.
Who do we have winning this match? Antonio.
Hey, wait. Chile beating Colombia third place?
For third
Dude,
place.
I just told you, Uruguay and Chile in the final. man.
Come on, dude. Special
Yeah,
guest, not so special anymore, man.
That's man. I'm not gonna invite you next time. Hey, Antonio, Argentina and Uruguay final. Who do you have winning the Copa America Cup?
All I'm gonna say is, ever since the host decided to choose Argentina, the mood of everything has just completely changed here, man.
All right, we're gonna end this podcast right here, I guess.
Any opposed?
All right. We only been going for an hour and a half. It's fine.
Any
No.
opposed?
I got Chile winning the whole thing, but in this scenario here in front of me right now, Argentina against Uruguay, I think I'm going to go with Argentina here. I'm gonna go with Argentina for the Argentinos to have a fantastic last how many years now? Even before the World Cup, a fantastic past like 10 years or so.
Are they the defending champions
of
for
the Copa America?
Copa America? Someone look that up.
Who,
Confirm it.
Argentina?
I think they
Defending
are.
champion, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Argentina? Yeah.
Yeah.
Argentina, right. So I
Yeah.
have them winning the Copa in this scenario. Copa America, World Cup, Copa America, in completing the
dynasty.
the little dynasty that they have
The
there,
Little man dynasty.
or the little man.
Little
my
man
boy.
gonna get the golden.
I'm
the
not
golden
a-
boot again. The
I'm not
golden
a
ball.
fan. I'm not a fan of Argentinos, but I'm a huge fan of Messi, and I think his I think his play on the field is going to it earned him these kind of championships, that he's able to win a Copa America, World Cup, and possibly another Copa America right now, especially them bringing the majority of that World Cup team. In this scenario, I have Chile winning the whole thing, though.
Okay, I agree.
Thank you, son. Thank you,
Coach,
son. You are the
Coach Omero
strongest.
A.
This is pretty much the tiebreaker because both of them are tied for most titles for Copa America. They both have 15, right?
History
15
making
titles each.
final. Yep.
This could be, it could be
Yeah.
history making. Argentina and Uruguay, man, to be. That's again a lot of patadas there. If
Yeah.
Uruguay going banged up from Colombia, I would have Argentina winning.
A lot of
But
que mira, boludo, que mira, boludo.
I
Yeah,
think this, man,
Yeah, bobo.
I'm just thinking about the squad that Argentina is coming in with, right? And then I'm thinking about the squad of Uruguay. Uruguay has a fairly younger team, a little bit more inexperienced in this kind of stage.
Yeah.
Compared to Argentina, they're the current champions, they're Copa America champions, World Cup champions. Do I go with finishing a dynasty or starting a dynasty?
Take your time.
Man,
Do we go to commercials?
we go to commercials. I gotta go pee.
Commercial break?
Hey guys, I gotta
Also,
go. I
bye.
pick Uruguay. I think Valverde scores 1-0. I think Uruguay wins.
Man, see, that was easy. Omero, come on, follow suit.
Also left.
Turned off the camera and everything, man.
He's gone.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Dude, I'll have to go with my gut. I think Uruguay will pull up the upset and get the title here. I think it's the beginning of a new era for Uruguayan football.
Wow. Big money moves there. And finally, our guest.
I was gonna go with the experience of the players, and Argentina is going with pretty much the full crew there. The same team that I won the World Cup. Argentina winning the whole thing. I really like Uruguay too, the team, but I will go with the experience of those players. I saw that difference when they play the last friendly game against Guatemala, which is Guatemala, but they put all the good all the good players, you know, them, and you saw the difference. I mean, it was just a walk in the park. So I'll give it to the little man again.
The little man's leaving with one final trophy for now. I don't know if he's going to retire, but that will be another trophy for Argentina. Guys, when we cut off the pod here, I'll reverse everything here on the bracket and make Chile the champion. But for now, sign in with Facebook and Google. We have Argentina. We have Argentina winning here the tournament. That's if contingent upon if they go to penales versus Chile. But that's how we have the prediction. We have Argentina as the Copa America champions. I think that they have a team made to win that. So I totally agree. And we have filled out our first bracket for Copa America. I'm excited to watch these games. If it turns out to be anything like we just saw in our bracket, I think we're going to be in for some really solid games. It's going to be very entertaining. Our social media manager, dude, do we have any submitted questions that we wanted to get to before?
We don't have time.
Any final remarks?
We've only been here for 2 hours.
Unfortunately, to all of our fans, we don't really have time for submitted questions once again, but we gotta make time, guys. We're learning here. We're learning.
Hey,
we're in this
we
process.
can chop it up. We can tighten things up here.
Yeah,
let's get a question or two.
You want a question? All right. Here we go. Let me look at what we got.
Hey, so who won? Who won?
Somebody has date night.
He's back.
Somebody has date night.
Somebody had to go poop.
Somebody's
won?
got date night.
Uruguay.
We got Argentina, man. Come on, just watch the podcast next, and
All
then
right,
you'll
guys.
see who won, man.
Love you guys.
Next time.
I'm
So,
out.
but,
Love you.
oh, Alonso's out, man. Alonso had to leave. He's gone on a date, it seems. Got pulled out from his ear. Antonio, any submitted questions or
Yeah. Man, I got a lot of questions here. I'm just trying to look here. Why didn't you invite your dad to join the podcast? Well, it happened. So there we go.
he's here?
Wonder who did that. Julia.
Okay, here's a quick one from Sandra MMG1, Sandy MMG1, Sandy Alterations. What is your opinion about the VAR? Real quick. Omerito, what's your opinion on the VAR?
I mean, I don't know what the big deal is really. I think definitely they need to be a little bit faster. But the VAR is not the problem. It's the guys that are running it. That's the problem. Yes, a lot of people hate it because it's like, oh, you're re-refereeing the game. Oh, it takes too long, but it doesn't take too long because they tack in the time at the end, for extra time. So as long as they get the call right, which they have been right, I would say more than 90% of the time,
Yeah.
then it's good. I have no problem with VAR at all. I think it's good. I think it's only going to get better. It's going to get faster. And I think if they go with the referees explaining the call, the crowd would be at least the crowd during the game at the stadium will have a little bit more of an understanding of why the calls are being made. But I don't have a problem with it.
I love it. That's a great answer, man. I think for me, it's just something that I mean, it's not that new now. It's been going for quite a bit, but a new element that was added to the game. So of course, you have a lot of people who don't like that. They don't like that change. But I agree with Omero in the sense that we just kind of have to give it more time as it get faster. It's going to get faster, and then it will make more sense. And ultimately, it just brings more fairness to the game, which is what we're looking for. You know, you look at these old clips of so many missed things, man. I just had Maradona on the screen there. We'll never forget the hand of God. So it adds a different element that some people don't like change, and other people will embrace it. And I think it's something that we'll just end up embracing. I don't think they're going to change it anyway. So we accept it. That's my opinion on the VAR.
Are we gonna have bar in the Copa America?
We have VAR in every game.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a new
I think
thing
so.
now.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, thank you very much for our submitted questions, guys.
There's so
Reach
many
out
What
with
does
more.
VAR
more-
stand for?
What's that?
What VAR stand for?
Valenzuela. Video assistant referee.
There you go. Thank you.
Video
virtual?
assistant referee.
Video
Vir-
assistant referee.
Virtual.
assistant referee. One or the other.
Sounds right to me.
Video.
Guys, you can reach out to us on Instagram. Antonio, do we have an Instagram now?
We have an Instagram now. It is. Sorry, we just made it today. So let me look at it. Football Brothers. FUTFTP. Just kidding. FUTBOLBRUDAS. Football Brothers.
Reach
If
out to
our-
Football Brothers on Instagram. Submit any questions. We will answer them. I promise we'll get to all the
Eventually.
questions. We'll try to speak faster next time so we can get to all the questions that we can each round. Guys, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, special guest.
We like to welcome also thank our special guests. Round of applause. Dad,
Thank you, guys.
thanks for joining. Any final remarks to leave us with, special guests?
You got me eating something.
There you go.
Thank you.
I love the podcast. I love soccer. I guess you guys are doing great. I love the group. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. I'm available whatever you guys want to.
Nice.
So,
Happy Father's
all
Day.
the goodbyes for the podcast.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We love having you on. Thank you so much for listening. I know it was a great preview of the Copa America. We're excited. We will see you next week with a recap of the games during the week. In meantime, take care of each other, guys. Viva football. And we'll see you soon.
Like and subscribe on Spotify and YouTube.
Is it Spotify or Spotify?
Spotify and
Spotify.
YouTube. Thank you. We love you
YouTube.
guys. You heart.
Bye,
nuts.
Alonso.